A city decimated, completely destroyed. The camera pans by the wreckage of a train. A distant voice is heard reading from the Book of Revelations. The voice sounds very familiar. Dust everywhere, cars crushed, holes in skyscrapers. It becomes obvious that the voice belongs to Raymond Burr from the original. We then see a giant centipede-like creature with many arms and legs smoldering. You know what that means? Monster battles. The city appears dead as a doornail. Then blackness. The roar. As in the roar. Huge bass drop. Raymond Burr finishes his famous speech. Dust. Then an arm. A hand. With claws. Pan up. Holy shit. The fins. The head. Godzilla. As we know him. The real fucking Godzilla. He roars again. Fade to Godzilla with red Japanese title behind it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed reading off a website which is giving an in-depth description of the teaser trailer Legendary Pictures showed at Comic-Con today for the long-awaited Godzilla 3D reboot. I know, it's finally here. We finally have concrete news, direction, and images from the upcoming reboot. I know it almost seems too good to be true, but it is in fact here. And I don't have all the information, but I have the majority of it. The one thing I'm missing is the actual trailer. Now, the trailer has not been leaked on the internet yet, and I don't even think the presentation Legendary gave aired on TV or anything, so I haven't actually seen the trailer personally, but I've read multiple descriptions of it. Most of them align, so I think what we're hearing and reading is pretty reliable. The only thing that I am looking at with my own two eyes and that I'm showing up on the screen is the poster for the movie. Indeed, we are looking at the poster for Godzilla 3D. And I know I'm talking very loudly, but you guys know I've been talking about this movie for years now, and it's finally going to happen, and we finally have some concrete, a concrete look at the direction and everything. So there's a lot to cover in this video. But before we get into the actual news itself and all the talking I want to do, I want to thank a few people for bringing a lot of it to my attention. The first and foremost person is Gorizard7. Dude, you are a god. Gorizard texted me the minute he saw the poster and read the description of the trailer himself very soon afterwards. And he was the first to post his video about it. I'll put that in the description, as well as all the websites I'll be talking about today. But a lot of them say the same information, so I'm not going to put down a bunch of them, but I'll put down a couple. And then I also want to thank two other people who actually sent me full-on message links with the links I'm going to be showing in the description. And the first person is Jacobkaiju. Thanks a lot, dude. You gave me 4 links, so thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, and the majority of those I'll be talking about today, except for one. And then I also want to thank DragonofDarknessKH, who also sent me an actual image from the trailer. Not the trailer itself, but a screenshot from it, which we'll be talking about and showing up on screen. So, I don't even know where to begin with this. This is just epic. This has got nothing but positive feedback. I haven't heard anyone talk any shit about what Legendary has shown. And I can't blame them. I am ecstatic. I was at work when I got the message from Gorizard telling me about everything, and I was just like, holy shit! I was jumping up and down. People were freaking out. But anyway, it's big. So, why is it big? Well, for us Godzilla fans, it's a big, big deal because we're getting the real Godzilla in a big-budget American movie. Legendary has proved to Godzilla fans, including me, that they care about this character, not just the money they're going to make off of him. One thing that Sony and Roland Emmerich had was that they thought down on the character, and they wanted to do their own thing and make money off the name, because people knew the name Godzilla, so they just wanted to make money off that. The trailer, or at least the images I've seen and the descriptions I've read, we're getting the real Godzilla here. And Legendary has shown that they care to give us that. To all the fans all around the world, and to introduce that Godzilla, to prove why he's awesome to wide American audiences. This is just epic. And I'm so surprised the level of detail that they're paying reference, homage, and showing love for the original Godzilla films. Just to name one that I'm actually looking at, we've got we've got on the actual poster that you're looking at, behind the thing that says Legendary Godzilla, we have in red we have written the original title for the first Godzilla film, Gojira, in Japanese, and that looks very similar to the actual poster of the original film, as well as the actual script. One of the original scripts for the original Gojira, written by Shigeru Kayama, has a text font written in paint that looks very similar to that, and it's incredible, the level of detail. So there's not much to say about the poster. I guess we'll cover that just to start somewhere. We'll cover that first, just because there's not a huge lot to talk about, and then we'll move on to what I know about the trailer. So Gareth Edwards, obviously the director. I like how that's put up there. Of course, the text font is absolutely beautiful. Again, it's very reminiscent of Godzilla. The title, let's talk about the title. Gorizard and everyone seem to agree that the title of the movie is probably just going to be Godzilla. That it's looking like that, but I think we have to realize that, or at least have to keep in mind that we don't have a total finished script for this movie yet. Therefore, I think we might get a change in name as we go down the line. Like the title might change. But from what we're looking at, it seems like the title will just be Godzilla, and that's great. Just short, sweet, and to the point. My only issue with that is the thing with all people these days who are experiencing the idea of a reboot for the first time. A lot of people cannot get their heads around the idea of a reboot, and they don't understand different continuities in film and such. Like, I still can't have a hard time explaining to some people that The Amazing Spider-Man is not Spider-Man 4. And they can't get their minds around the idea of it's a different universe, it's a different continuity. And I think the problem that might be encountered with this title is that almost every normal American moviegoer I've ever talked to has at least seen the Roland Emmerich 1998 Godzilla movie. And even if they hate it, they acknowledge that it exists, and some of them don't even know about the Japanese Godzilla. I think that might be a problem, but hell, that wasn't Godzilla, so I'd much prefer this version taking the name. So that's not really a complaint as much as it might cause some problems with your average everyday moviegoer. There's really not a whole lot to say about the poster. It's just the title. Again, I love the Japanese font in the background. So, with all that out of the way, let's move on, my friends, to the trailer. Again, I haven't seen the trailer myself, but I've read up a whole bunch on it, and I tried to get as much information about it as I can. I've seen a few stills from it, and let me just say, people, we are getting the original Godzilla, not classic Godzilla. We are getting the original Godzilla. The big thing here is the violence, and this is a great thing. We are getting the original intention of Tomoyuki Tanaka, Shigeru Kayama, Ishiro Honda, with this American reboot. It is very much so Gojira. We've got a post-apocalyptic, well, not post-apocalyptic, but an apocalyptic setting. The trailer plays with a narration. Now, this is conflicting. The thing I read at the beginning of this video said Raymond Burr, but I read two other articles that said it's actually Robert Oppenheimer. Now, I'm going to have to say it's probably Robert Oppenheimer, only because the thing I just read off of says that Raymond Burr is from the original. Anyway, it's not a huge deal, but it's by someone who has something to do with the original Gojira's, at least, themes. Robert Oppenheimer was one of the guys who created the H-bomb. And, no, that's incorrect. He actually left before that. He was on the Manhattan Project. It shows that this movie is taking Godzilla back to its dark, nuclear allegory roots. And that's great. I can't wait to see that again. Just the tone, it's very Gojira. It's dark, there's dust everywhere, people are dead, there's blood, there's wrecked trains, and then you see Godzilla. And it's very Gojira. It's gritty. Really, really gritty. And Gareth Edwards, after the trailer aired, said this thing to the fans. Excuse me. I wanted to do Godzilla as if this really happened. How people would really deal with this kind of disaster, says director Gareth Edwards. Bless his heart, says the article. This was the intention of Ishiro Honda back in 1954. He also once said that he thought the original Gojira would be more effective if he could convince people it really happened. And that's a great direction to take Godzilla. I'm so excited. We're getting the real Godzilla. Just with the poster and the trailer, we know us fans, we're heard, and we're gonna get what we want. We're getting the real Godzilla. So, shall we talk about the design of Godzilla? I think we shall. Yes, we see Godzilla in the trailer. I thought when Gorizard told me they released the trailer, I wasn't sure if we were going to get an actual look at Godzilla himself. I thought we might just get roars and maybe like a silhouette or something. I don't know. I didn't think we were going to see him as clearly as we actually do. Again, I've only seen like one still that I'm putting up on the screen now. This is the only still from the trailer I've seen, and we get a semi-good look at Godzilla here. Wow! It's Godzilla! And it's the Godzilla I would use if I was directing this movie. It's an epic design. Very, very classic. There's not a lot of tweaks that we can see to Godzilla's classic design. It looks a little GMK, and that's a good thing. The head looks a little Heisei Godzilla. Again, that's a good thing, too. I love that head. And the spines, they're a little thin from what we can see, but whatever. It's still epic. Again, it looks very GMK, and that's epic. We don't get a clear shot of Godzilla's face, and we don't get a look at the atomic breath. But just from the way the city's destroyed, I think we can gather that it's going to be traditional Godzilla atomic breath. So the design, it's Godzilla. Let's just say that. It's Godzilla. It looks like he's going to be standing fairly upright, which I personally like. He looks fearsome and very dangerous and, you know, almost scary. And that's great. That's the Godzilla I want to see. And it looks very faithful to Godzilla. I can't wait to see this thing on the big screen. The CG is great. It's fantastic. Again, I haven't seen it in motion yet, but it looks like Godzilla. And by the way, this does confirm we are getting a CGI Godzilla, which we weren't sure about when we heard about Max Borenstein being a writer, because there was some talk of potentially a rubber suit. Because that's what Toho said. Can you do it as a rubber suit? And this looks like we're going to get full CG, but that's fine. It looks great. So, we have it officially confirmed. Godzilla will be fighting monsters in the film. Not just one. If he was just fighting one, this trailer would have basically given away the entire plot of the movie. Because in the trailer, I haven't seen it myself, but all the things align on this. There's a giant dead caterpillar-type creature on the ground that's smoldering next to Godzilla, which implies that we're going to get multiple monsters that Godzilla will fight. It doesn't appear to be Mothra, as far as people have told me. It doesn't look like Mothra, but who knows? And also, the way Legendary's been talking, it's probably an original monster. But who knows? It might be Mothra, or it could be Batra, or hell, it could be Meganora. But it's something. And that means we're going to get Godzilla fighting creatures. But I don't care! Because we're getting the Godzilla I wanted to see, even without the other monsters. We're getting the destructive, violent, nuclear allegory Godzilla. And if we have other monsters he's fighting on top of that, double the awesome. So great, we're gonna get more than one, apparently more than one monster, so that's epic. There was one more thing. Oh, one more thing I want to discuss. No matter who's saying it, the narration intrigues me deeply. It's being read from the Book of Revelations, which I believe Robert Oppenheimer quoted the Bible when he unveiled the atomic bomb, which very fitting, very, very fitting. For Godzilla, it makes perfect sense. again, I love the direction of this film. We're taking Godzilla back to the nuclear allegory, which is really fantastic. And also, I like what Gareth Edwards is saying. I also like how Gareth Edwards is implying that we're going to look at more of how this would affect today. So that deeply intrigues me. It's not going to be like, this is what really interests me about this, that we're going to see Godzilla as if it actually happened today. We don't have any indication that Godzilla's origin will be well established before this film. If it's a sequel to the original Gojira, or if this is the first time he's ever attacked. Though that's what I'm kind of assuming from what Gareth Edwards is saying, that this is in fact the first time he's appearing. That's fine as long as we don't get a dumb explanation for why he's called Godzilla, like we do in we get that in the Kingdom of Monsters comic book series, and we get a similarly dumb one in the '98 film. Though it's not as dumb as Kingdom of Monsters. Kingdom of Monsters is just retarded. So the thing, even if Godzilla is born in present day, I don't care. Because it's connecting it back to the 50s A-bomb allegory and historical stuff. Great. Again, this guy and this team is showing, yes, we respect the original Gojira as a work of art. It's one of the greatest movies ever made, and we want to recapture that, modernize it, and show it to a new audience. And he's basically saying to Godzilla fans, come with us, get behind our movie. We're going to prove to all these other people who aren't behind our movie yet that this is Godzilla and this is why it's awesome. I have nothing but good things to say about this. There's nothing really negative I can say about this. It's Godzilla, people. We're getting him back. The king is back, baby. And, as you can tell, I'm very excited. I'm not really speaking in succinct sentences, but, I'm excited, and, you should be too. If you're not excited, whatever. Then you have no soul. But, so, that's really all I have to say. I'm probably going to do another video that's just all reviewing the trailer myself once I've seen it. And Gorizard seems to think it's going to be leaked probably tomorrow, which is Sunday. I don't know when this gets posted, but whenever it will be, either the trailer will be up or it'll be coming up soon. So, Gorizard seems to think the trailer will be leaked soon. So, awesome. Though a website I read said that there's a good chance Legendary won't release the trailer on the internet for a while, which I can't believe. I'm so heartbroken. I really want to see it so badly. Anyway, so that'll about do it for this video. Let me just advertise one quick thing I'll be doing in the coming week. Adam Chopper Pilot 5, for those of you who don't know him by his real name, Chopper Pilot 5 is hosting another big Godzilla chat. With a bunch of us, and it's going to be focused on what we saw at Comic-Con. So I'm going to be saying a lot more about this, about what was revealed there, and reacting to what other people are saying, what other people are, you know, dissecting this for. And so I'll have a lot more to say then, and also I'll probably have seen the trailer by then. So if by some miracle of awesomeness, Legendary happens to release the trailer like the day before or the day of that chat, I'm not going to do another video. But if it gets released tomorrow, I'll do another video. But really, there's no need, again, there's no need to do a full trailer review right now because I haven't seen the trailer yet. But I wanted to just announce that it's here, and it's looking good, and it's sounding good. I can't wait to see it. So, so far, people, it looks like we're not going to be disappointed. This is going to be Godzilla, and this is going to be epic Godzilla. So, all our fears can basically go away now. This is the real Godzilla. He's back, and we're getting him in 3D. I don't know about that part yet, but whatever. Everything's in 3D these days. But we're getting Godzilla back, so who cares? To you G fans, I raise my glass in awesomeness. Thank you for watching this video. And be sure to check out the links in the description to read all this for yourself and get excited yourself. Thank you to all my fans for sticking with me. And here's to more awesome news and the final outcome of the movie. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.